Good evening. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back to One Podcast. The podcast where we ask the real questions society pretends it doesn't care about. Let's talk about this madness. Marrying an ex-convict. Marrying an ex-convict. So the topic goes this way. Can you marry an ex-convict? Or should I just say that once a jailbird, always a jailbird? Everybody loves shouting second chances. Second chances. But when it comes to marrying or when it comes to marriage, suddenly everybody turns into an FBI. They want to know the background check. They want to know where the person comes from. They want to know your history. They want to know your past. You just brought your boyfriend home, introduce, this is my fiance. The first thing people ask is fiance or felony. You hear that many times. They tell you love is blind. Love is blind. But when your family is around, it's not love. Love is not blind. The moment you bring an ex-convict home, your mother is always hiding the cutlery. Your father is double checking the generator padlocks. And your siblings are all whispering, I beg, don't leave your phone on the table. Why? Get me wrong. Some ex-convicts, when you see them, some of them are genuinely changed people. Some of them are changed genuinely. They turn their life around. They come out of prison with six-pack, library of books. They read a lot of books. Many of them, they read inside when they were in there. And they come out with a new attitude. Meanwhile, some of them good guys, they call good boys out there. Some of them, you see them with pot bellies. Some are broke, still cheating on you with their neighbor's cousin. Then when you look at it, you ask yourself, who is the real danger here? And then when you look at the controversial part of it, society pretends it forgives, but really does it? Society, when they say to you they give you a second chance, they pretend that they forgive. Then when you look at it, are they really forgiving you? People will clap when a politician who stole billions of dollars, naira, or whatever currency, when they get married. But immediately, an ordinary ex-convict who stole maybe ordinary bread to settle down, suddenly you see everybody will like, oh no, you can't trust them. You can't trust them. Why? Hypocrisy at its finest. Hypocrisy everywhere. And then when you start talking about looking at them ladies, some of them, they loved that trail. They love that trail. They love the trail. They love the trail. of hanging out with them bad boys. Okay? Even they even gave it a name. It has a name for it. Christophilia, being attracted to criminals. You see them. Some good girls from good home. What are they doing with them? Criminals. I'll be asking yourself that question. That's why you see a woman writing love letters to men serving life sentences. They be in their home, they are sending love letters to them. Imagine that. Why free men outside can't even get a reply to good morning. Good morning, beautiful. You send messages on WhatsApp, you say them they read it, and they will not even give you a reply. But one guy in prison gets 10 love letters a week. Crazy word. Crazy word. That's what I'm trying to say. Crazy, crazy word. So can you marry an ex-convict? Say yes, right? But remember, every time they say, trust me, babe, your brain might still be, you know what I mean? Thinking about the prison break, all of that. The door, the slamming and everything, the prison shut down. You understand? Because is there any trust? Do you still trust this person? And when you look at it, say the marriage is already a gamble. Get into a marriage, they will tell you that it's really is a gamble. At least with an ex-convict, you know they've already done their time. Then now with someone, all these guys outside here, many of the good guys and all that, some of them you see them carrying Bibles and going around. To them, the sentence hasn't started yet. Because of what? They don't know what they are capable of doing. And the question we're asking this evening is just simple. Can you marry an ex-convict? We're going to open the line now, just like to go to join the program. There's a line. The number is on the screen. +447449823876. That's the number to join. The line is free. Call one on now on +447449823876. Call now. The line is free. The line is open now. You can call. You go through. We're talking about ex-convicts. Can you marry an ex-convict? Can you really marry ex-convict? Many of them have changed. They've gone to prison. They've done their time. They read a lot of books. Some even when they come out, they learn trade, skills in prison, and all that. Sometimes some of them go to prison. They're in prison because they were accused wrongly, get to prison. They still come out. But the only thing that they didn't change is just that they still have that tag on them. They are ex-convict. Because once you're jailbird, always a jailbird. Once you bring prison, you're still gonna be there with you. Never get erased. You're in prison. You're an ex-convict. You understand? So some of them wouldn't, like I was saying, some they're going there, they come out, change person. They turn their life around. Some of them become Christians. I saw some people, I know some of them that even like know someone that they really like when in prison and come out, they become a pastor, start preaching and all that. They change their life. I mean, like they turn their life around, making an impact into people's life and all that. You understand what I'm saying? But that's what we're trying to say. When you brought someone like that home, you brought him home to meet your parents. You already know that he is an ex-convict, but he has changed. You are dating this person and you're going around, but he proposed to you that he wants to marry you, and then you have to take him home to meet parents and all that. And you know ways, especially in African home, you tell your mom or you tell your dad that, you know what I mean? He's my fiance. We want to get married. I need you guys' blessing. That's when the questions start coming. He start introducing himself. That is a so and so person. I am Chinedu. I'm a preacher. I'm a pastor. And the dad will be like, okay, how is it going? How's the church going and everything? He said, yes, I was once a prisoner. I just came out of prison 2 years ago. The man will be like, yeah, so you're an ex-convict? He say, yes. I just finished serving 7 years for armed robbery. Immediately, what do you think is going to happen? The vibe will change immediately. The vibe will change fast. Change fast. First thing he would do is just say that he will change it the way, just like adjust himself properly and look around if there's anything close that you will not lay your hands on. You check if his wallet is intact. Remote, they will adjust the remote and everything. You understand? So why is that? This person introduced himself as a pastor and he has that tag, he has that title as a pastor. Maybe he has congregations where he'll be like, imparting people's life on a daily basis. And their daughter really trusts this person, seeing him as a changed person, but she brought him home to meet the parents. Just because he mentioned that he just finished serving 7 years in prison for armed robbery. All of that things have been doing. Immediately, you see, they become cautious. Everybody become cautious. Why? Because a jailbird, always a jailbird. Once you've been to prison, and they come out, you still have that tag, you still have that ex-convict written all over you. Immediately, someone noticed. Immediately, you mention that straight away. They start looking at you somehow. That's the reason why we're discussing this seminar. We're asking, can you marry a ex-convict? Can you really marry a convict? Say the line is open. I'll let you comment. Or you can put on the comment section your thought and opinion. Because this is really like it's something that how will I put it? When you look at the hypocrisy of the hypocrites out there, many people. Because I made a mention, I said that some politicians, there are some politicians you see they will they will loot, siphon, take all the money, kill a lot of people, all that. Some of them they even go to prison. Some of them they stay there and when they come out, nobody's going to call them an ex-convict because of what? They are what? You know what I mean? They are respectable people in the society. They are all like, some of them even come out from prison and still become prime minister or become president and all that. You never see someone calling them ex-convict. Why? That's a hypocrisy. Well, little someone that just stole, maybe he stole a little money from his master or something, maybe at workplace, maybe a little bit of error in the account or something like that. The money is start missing or something. Then they taking the person to court. It's gone to prison because of what? He's an ordinary person. Might not have someone behind them. They're gonna like bring the money to like support and bring them out of. No, because the judge will just sentence them maybe 5 years, 7 years in prison, just because of that little things that they did. They be in prison, and once they're in there, they serve their time, and they come out. It will be what? Following them around, ex-convict. They got that criminal record, following them around everywhere they're going. Why? Because you're just an ordinary person. You're nobody. And that's the way it is. So some, like I said, change your mind, change your lives, change your attitude, change your mindset. They turn around their life and everything and become good person. Though they were good people too before even they get in there. But they're coming around now. They read the law books. They change everything. But the same way the way society will perceive them, it's not going to be the same. It should not be the same. You understand? And they'll start dating. When they're dating your sister or they're dating your daughter or dating someone that you know and all that. Some of them because of that shame and because of that I mean, the ex-convict tag that is like surrounding them, following them around, they will change and go to another city. They will move to go somewhere, or they will travel and go where someone don't know them or something like that, just for them to start afresh, to start a new life. But once they want to open up, telling you that you know, I was an ex-convict. I went to prison for something I didn't commit. Or I went to prison because I was a bad person. I was very stubborn, but I learned my lessons. Now I've changed my life and all that. So what was going to happen? They would tell you that they changed their lives and all that. They went to prison and they come out, they change their lives and all that. You understand? Now they are upright lives. They change. They're just like, you know what I mean? They are they want to impact other people's life and all that positively. Once you hear that they went to prison and come out, what happens? The perception of that person, the way you see that person will change immediately. Become the same thing, you become cautious. Become cautious immediately. You're checking your surroundings. Some people will even get to the extent of they're asking them what they did. They want to know the details. They want to know what really happened. Why? What took them to prison and all that. So just to know how to mingle, how to communicate with them. You understand? So then what chance do they have? What chance do they have? What chance? That's what we're asking. Can you? When your sister brought this person back home, you brought the person home and you seen your sister bring this person and all that, and you're meeting him for the first time. He's dressing and everything top notch. You understand? He come down with his car, his suit and everything. It's a good guy. But just like when the conversation started, you guys you wanted to know who he is and everything. For him, he's a change man. For him, what he did a few years back, he's not proud of it. So he just want to let you know that he's a pretty new person now. And once he opens his mouth and tell you that, yeah, I served time, I went to prison. That he went to prison and come out. Now he's a changed person. And they will ask how long did he stay? He say 7 years prison. For what? For armed robbery. Straight away. Doesn't care about lifestyle. He don't care about his change. He's a change man. He don't care about whatever he's doing at that moment. You just want to secure your sister, right? Is that not what's going to come to your mind straight away? That's the way it's perception is immediately. You want to secure your sister. You want to be sure that no, 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 no. Come on. This person is an ex-convict. Once someone went to prison, he's a jailbird. And jailbirds, always jailbirds. You understand what I mean? Why? Because of what? That ex-convict criminal record. No matter what, even in the West here, once you go to prison and come out, it doesn't matter. Straight away, it's going to be on your record. Whatever you go to, you want to start work or whatever you're looking for. Once they type your name and all that, date of birth, it will show that you are what? An ex-convict. You were a criminal. You understand? So what chance they got? What chance they have? What chance? And that's what we're asking. So it's still a simple question. Can you marry an ex-convict? You marry an ex-convict? The line is still open. Because everybody loves a redemption story. You know that, right? Everybody loves a redemption story. But let's be honest. When that your boyfriend now introduce himself, you just come in and said, yes, I'm Stanley. I love reading books. I love Netflix and all that. But I just finished serving 5 years, 7 years for armed robbery. Finished serving for this and all that. What happens? The vibe change immediately, straight, fast, change straight away. Remember that when we talk about marriage, whenever we're talking about marriage, marriage is always built on trust, right? Marriage is built on trust. But if your partner, if your partner was once out there breaking laws, breaking houses, you know what I mean? Like going into people's houses and stealing from them and all that. You you know what I'm going around there with guns and all that, maybe taking things for people. Are you really gonna sleep peacefully when they are mad at you? When you know that this person was once let's gone, he served time in prison, and then now you are together at night when you're sleeping. You know that he was mad. He did something wrong that he was very upset with you. Would you even sleep peacefully? Will you? Just let me know what question. Just what's your answer there? Will you sleep peacefully? Like are you locking the bedroom door or the fridge? Because as convict or not, temptation is what is real. It's there. Because what? You love this person, but do you really trust him? Do you really trust the person that when they get upset or when they do, you know how it is, that they will not do something rationally. They will not do something that, you know, unpredictable. They will not start acting crazy. Imagine the wedding vows. Do you promise to love honey and never relapse? You know what I mean? Now this the vows, right? They'll start asking you, do you promise to love honor and never relapse into a life of crime? And the ex-conv, what would you do? They will reply, yes, I do, unless the rent is due. And times are hard. What does that mean? What are we talking about? Can you really marry a convict? I said this before. Many of them have changed. Many. They went in there, they come out, change person. Some of them they get in there, They read a lot of books. Some of them they get in there. They read a lot. They read Bible from Genesis to the end. They change their life. They come out of prison, become what? Christians. Some of them they come out of prison. They start preaching. You know what I mean? Going out there evangelizing to people, trying to make an impact to people's life and everything. You understand? But that ex-convict, just that ex-convict, the term ex-convict, will it change? Irrespective of whatever this person turned out to be, will it change? Will it change? What about your parents? Just forget about you for a second. What about your parents? Think about it. You know how it is, Nigerian parents, especially. If you say you are marrying an ex-convict, your mother will go straight to church for deliverance. Immediately, you go straight to church for deliverance. Your father, he will just sigh and say, out of 8 billion people on earth, you picked what? An ex-prisoner. That's African home. They don't care about whatever, what they're going to put it. They don't care about the redemption. They don't care about the life changing. They don't care about how you're turning your life and everything. They don't really care about all of that. The first thing, the number 6 cents will come in straight away. Afraid, scared. They start thinking of what you're going to do. And they believe that once you're in prison, that you'll never change. Why? Why is it like that? They have a chance. Does it mean that when someone change or not change, it cannot like it don't it can I mean it can't stay changeable. Why? Because many times, many of them they turn around, they turn their lives to better. I mean, they turn out better than some of those men that you can call good men. They turn out better than some of those people that you call clean men that don't have no records. Because they've been humbled, they've reflected, they are grateful. Meanwhile, some of those free guys outside, some of those people outside, some of those guys, maybe Angular way, the ones that you call good people, some of them are still moving around, mad, scamming people on WhatsApp, cheating with their neighbors' wives, still lying about their age, and all that. They're still out there. Why? Because they're not ex-convicts. They are not. They don't have that tag with their name. You understand what I'm saying? So, and some of those people, you see them now there breaking a lot of people's hearts. They're all them playboys and all that. But an ex-convict that turned his life around will never be given a chance. Why? And that's what we want to find out. So, can you really marry a convict? Can you really marry an ex-convict? I understand the stigma that the society gives because most times you see so many religion, so many churches, or they will come out, they will say in people deserve second chance. They will like, God have already forgiven you, you deserve a second chance. But when it comes to marriage, that second chance suddenly has an what? A comma, asterisk. It has a comma. You hire an ex-con for security. I mean, for security guard, but to marry them, it's a comma. become hysterics. People around you, your friends, family members, everyone, they start acting like you are signing up for Netflix true crime series. You know what I mean? Like season 1 or season 2. That your life is gonna turn to a series. Why? What is the problem? Here in the West, many go to prison, go to many prisons. See a lot of our family members, a lot of black people, a lot of Africans, a lot of them, they go in their prison. Some of them, they go to prison because of what? They are in the wrong place at the wrong time. Probably they went to visit their friends or something. They got caught into one or two other things, something like that. They go to prison for that. Take their fingerprints straight immediately. That's a criminal record. They go to prison. And the funniest thing is that even if it's 3 months or 4 months or 5 months you're in prison, once you're coming out, you're an ex-convict and your life is ruined. Your life is ruined. To get a job, big problem. Whatever you say that you want to do, a big problem because it's going to be on your neck. Once they put your name, type in your name, it shows up. You're an ex-convict. And it is a very big problem. You meet the lady the lady maybe like you fall in love with. You're hanging out with this person for a long time, just like straight away, once you start like, getting serious and all that. And you say to yourself, okay, you open up. You need to be honest. You need to like tell her a little bit about your past. Once you open your mouth and just open and say that you serve time, you went to prison for so one or two things or for little crime or whatever, petty crime, or maybe you get caught up in something that you don't know about. It doesn't matter what is. It doesn't matter the excuse or whatever you want to talk about. That once you said that, what do you think is going to happen? Straight away, her perception of you will change immediately. Immediately. Why? Because you're an ex-convict. This person might not even, they don't even, maybe they don't want to give you a chance. They don't even care about what you did. What happened? That you are a couple of months or years you guys been dating. That you are a new person, you're a changed person. All of that will get out on the window straight away. They will just take that and throw into the bin. Why? Because of that tag, ex-convict. It's following your name. It following you around. That's the problem. Even if you pass that hurdle, you convince her, and then she look at your characters, check your, you know what I mean? She's fine. She's been dating you, and she knows that you're a good person. Yeah, I mean, like, gentleman. But taking you home to meet her parents, it's going to be another problem because she probably, you know how ladies they do. After telling her everything about you, you try to convince her and she accepted, okay, yeah, you're a changed person. She probably will tell one of her friends or tell her younger sister or elder sister what happened. And then that one would tell the brother. Before long, everybody in the family knows. Then he didn't know that you you are a talk of it. Like gossip, table, I mean, like dinner gossip like that. They are the one. And then she will bring you home for introduction so that you can meet her parents, come to meet her dad. And you are getting there, coming in. As they open the door, you walked in, what do you think is going to happen? Everybody, they start adjusting. They check if there's a wallet in there, they'll put their wallet inside their pocket. The TV remote, they will arrange it properly. Then they make sure that there's nothing close that your hand can lay on. Because what? The perception of you as an ex-convict, that's what they're seeing. They're not looking at you as someone that's going to be like, their in-law, someone that their daughter choose to marry. No, that that tag of an ex-convict is already following you around. So as you're coming in, everybody will adjust. Everybody will adjust. They will arrange everything, hide a lot of things away from you so that you will not steal. You change your life. You are mean. You're good. Probably got a big job, a big boy. We just start what? Ex-convict. It's following you around. They start gossiping things you don't understand. They start acting weird. All of them. Because she didn't tell you that she told them already. Then the dad will start like, they're asking you, what do you do for a living? He start introducing, saying a lot of things. Telling dad that you're not a pastor. You handle one of the churches and all that. You're Christian and all that. Then he start asking, before you become a Christian, what do you normally do? What do you used to do before? What were you doing? Then one thing leads to another, you start like explaining and all that. Then you to confirm you that your next convict, you went to prison 7 years for armed robbery, and he just like came out a few years ago, and you gave your life to Christ, and now you're a changed person and all that. They change their attitude, they change their words. They start looking at their daughter strangely. All of them. Why? Because you're an ex-convict. And that's the reason why you're asking. Why is it like that? Can you marry an ex-convict? The line is open. You can still call me or they put on the comment section. Because if you believe in change, if you believe in change, if you believe in forgiveness, if you believe in like, tight security locks and all that, you need to give them a little chance. You need to give them a chance, right? You need to give the person a chance. I said before, I said that the hypocrisy that is following around people that don't want to like talk about when it comes to the politicians, some of them politicians, some of them be looting money, some of them be like stealing, some of them you see that they done all of that, and they want to maybe the opposition party will take them and put them in prison, and they go to prison. And when they serve maybe 1 year or 2 years or some of them maybe less than that, and they will come out. Some come from prison and become president or prime minister, something like that. You will never see someone referring to them as an ex-convict. No. Why? They are honorable. They will call them what? Honorable. They are not ex-convict. That's a hypocrisy. Why? Because jailbed, always jailbed. Is that not the term? Once you've been in prison and come out, you're an ex-convict. Doesn't matter if you didn't what you went there to do, maybe why you went to prison. You are innocent or something. They don't care about that. I was a come out. You're an ex-convict. But why is it different with them? With them honorables? Why is it different? That's a hypocrisy. You see them, they come out, they marry, was getting married. You see a lot of big wedding, people pouring, throwing money, everything. Why? Because they're honorables. Nobody to ask them why they want to prison or the reason why they want prison. Some of them even like they went to prison because of looting and all that. But when they come out, nobody gonna talk about it because they still have money. They're honorables. They're coming there with their escorts and all that. The parents will open the door. Everybody open the door. They give their daughter hand freely. They can go. That's their proud and honorable in-law. They are not ex-convict. But you, as a nobody, if you commit any crime or if you didn't commit no crime and you fall victim of one thing or the other that takes you to court and the judge finds you guilty, you go to prison, even if it's 1 week that you were in prison and they finally find out that it's not you, what they accuse you of, you didn't do it, and you come out. What happened? You're an ex-convict. And you will be on your neck. It will follow you around everywhere. And that's the reason why some people they will have to travel. They have to change country or they have to change city in order for them to like start afresh and live a life. And sometimes you see that most of them, what will happen? They will not tell. They will not tell you their story. They will not tell you their story. They will start hiding that. Sometimes they change their names or something like that because they don't want someone to know about it. They don't want someone to know about it. Because always follow them around. He will still follow you around. So can you marry an ex-convict? That's the question. My answer, my opinion, sure. Once you believe in change, once you believe in forgiveness, and once this person has turned their life around, because they said that the devil that you knew is better than the angel that you don't know. So you know this person. He has already opened up to you, told you his past, tell you everything about it. So you know what you are dealing with. You know what you are getting into. Now, but you already know their lifestyle. You know that they've changed. You know how things are going and everything. And you've been with them. Some of them, they are the most wonderful people that you hang around with. You understand what I mean? Because though they've been in there, they serve time. Sometimes they use the opportunity to reflect their lives. Sometimes they use the opportunity that they were in there to read a lot of books. They learn a lot of skills. You understand? They got that remorse and everything. And once they come out, they become a changed person. And they can take care of you. Take very good care of you and all that. So why can't you give that kind of person a chance? As I'm saying, sure, why not? Why not? You understand? Why not? Because some of them come out better than the guys that you're hanging out with. They come out better. I'm talking about better, humble, physically strong because they work on themselves. Why some of those guys you're hanging out with still have their big pot belly hanging out? They don't really care about it. And they still are going around scamming a lot of people. Okay? It's what we're trying to talk about this evening. The only problem is that society, the ways society won't forgive. A politician can steal billions. The same like I said to you before. Just like that. You know? They don't care. So if you're just joining us talking about can you marry an ex-convict? If you're a lady, can you do that? If you're a guy too, can you marry an ex-convict? You? I said at the beginning, I said that everybody loves shouting second chances until you actually bring an ex-convict or bring the person home. Suddenly, your mom is hiding the cutlery, your dad is, you know what I mean, padlocking the fridge. Your siblings are like, I beg you, don't leave your phone lying around. And then you look at their lifestyle. Some ex-convicts, some of them, they come out better. They serve time, or they come out better than those guys you're hanging around with, the ones that are the so-called clean guys, because they've been humbled. They read the law books in prison. They hit the gym. You understand? Why those your friends you're hanging out, your boyfriend, or good people, all of them, they are hanging out there. They don't want to do much with their pot bellies, no job. Some are still cheating on you with their neighbors and all that, your cousins. So when you look at that, who is really the criminal here? Then when you look at the society won't forgive. Why a politician can steal billions and still married what with a big wedding, but a guy stole bread that just did a minor one of the little things or something like that. Nobody wants to give that person their daughter. No way. And you look at it, it's a hypocrisy. So would you marry an ex-con? Maybe, but only if every time they say like, trust me, babe, you don't hear the prison door slamming in your head. Why? Why? Because genuinely they changed. Genuinely they turned their life around. You understand? So it depends on the individual. If they're honest, they turn around, they change their life and all that. Why not? Give them a chance. Okay? So I don't know your take on this. This is where I'm going to stop this evening. Be honest with me. Would you marry an ex-convict? Just drop yes or no in the comment section. Okay? Just drop yes or no in the comment section. Also, let me know your opinion and your thoughts. All right. I'll see you guys next week, Friday, on another segment. So just be positive, embrace change, let your light shine, give people a chance so that they will give you a chance as well. On that note, I see you on next week, Friday. Have a wonderful weekend.